turning 250, and it's time to rock out with our forefathers. American-made, battle-ready style for true patriots. Whether you're marching in the parade, grilling in the backyard, or raising a toast to liberty, do it in the gear that screams freedom. Celebrate 250 years of USA in style. Wear your American pride loud. Trendjackers.etsy.com. Grab yours before the fireworks.
Good idea. They just go with the flow. It's the Herschy and Keegs Show.
Welcome to Herschy and the Keegs Show, starring pitcher Mark Hirschman and his personal catcher, Mike Keegan. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live from the Governor's Comedy Club radio studio. Thanks so much for listening.
All right, it is Tuesday night, 9 p.m. It is the Herschy and the Keegs Show. Woo! All right, we're going to have some fun. Mike Keegan, Mark Hirschman, Tony Walker.
Yeah.
How we doing, boys?
What's up, buddy boy?
Nothing.
Should we address the elephant in the room, or you don't want to talk about what you told us about when you came in today?
Oh, that Chris Roach tried to touch me?
Well, that's the weekly model. No, that you had people
little,
could recognize.
Yep, I had a little I stumbled. I had a little trip. I had a fall. I was in the city, and I tripped up a step. Mm-hmm. I missed the step, and I smashed my face into the handrail.
Yeah.
I twisted my ankle a little bit.
Sure you did.
And, so it was, the ankle didn't start hurting until today, and now, kind of blew up.
I think what's important for us to recognize is that this could have been a lot worse, because you can see where you were hit, under your eye, a little swelling under the eye. It could have been your teeth. It could have been your eyeball.
This is 3 days later. This was pretty bad on Sunday morning.
That adorable little button nose.
I know, for real. It could have really been a lot worse.
And the response from the important women in your life, Carla, your mom, everyone.
Couldn't give a shit.
Nobody could care less about it.
I haven't seen either of them since.
Okay.
No. Yeah, they go get an X-ray. I'm not a bitch.
So the X-ray was going to be of what exactly? The X-ray was going to
make sure I didn't fracture my cheekbone. I guess.
What are they going to do for that?
Exactly. They can't do nothing.
We're going to put a cast on your face.
Carl's like, well, they got to set it. I'm like, they're not setting nothing.
They're not going to set that perfect face. They're not going to be able to set that.
Yeah, exactly.
Set it and forget it.
And then my ankle was a little bit hurt today. It's a sprained ankle.
It's a cankle. It's not a big deal.
Sprained ankle. They get
yeah.
Yeah.
Sympathy from me.
No, exactly.
No, Tony's never. Yeah,
Tony, this is the worst thing that ever happened to anybody's leg.
that's
in
right.
the history
in
of
the show.
legs.
That's right.
In the history of the show.
Thank
No, now
God.
I know exactly what Tony went through.
It's the same thing, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He fell and he banged his face and his leg fell off.
His leg fell off.
That's basically exactly what
Yeah.
happened.
So,
I think
so I'm recovering.
Yeah, I'm hoping that that your ankle is better. You had a little bit of a limp, but not of a broken ankle variety.
No,
though.
it was worse this afternoon. I went home. I took some Tylenol.
Yeah.
And put some ice on it. So
Yeah.
we're getting there.
And is it something that you think merits an X-ray, or you don't think so?
No, it
No.
was just a little sprain.
Yeah, a little sprain, and otherwise you're good though.
Otherwise, everything else is good.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
that's good.
it could have been much worse.
And where was this? This was at a club.
I was at a comedy club in the city.
Yeah.
Room 52.
Yeah.
Which is a great little room that Sheba Mason runs, and what a great show we had there.
Wait a second. Was this the Three Monkeys room?
No, she has 2 rooms. The Three Monkeys one, I was actually supposed to do both of them on Saturday. Three Monkeys ended up having a private party,
Okay.
big monkey party.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
room 52 is a.
Yeah. Your smile's a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like, on Saturday when I woke up, it looked like I had Bell's palsy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you woke up with a little Mary Jo Buttafuoco look to you. Yeah. Yeah.
And no, this is room 52. It's 212 East 52nd Street. What a great little room.
212 East 52nd. That's on what? That's on 7th Avenue. Where is that exactly?
Yep, 7th.
Yeah. And how'd
And
that get
just
worked
watch out for the stairs when you go there. It worked out great. It was a great show. Nice crowd.
Yeah. And did you drive home with that wound in your face?
I drove home with the wound on the face, but it didn't really swell up until the next morning.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I looked like Corky from Life Goes On.
Did you have so we know that if this was me that it was happening to, there would have been hysterics involved and
Oh,
trauma
yeah.
and a whole bunch
Authorities
of other shit.
involved, yeah.
And it wasn't.
Nah, just roll with it.
And was your set okay? Your set was.
Set was great. Yeah, set
Yeah.
was really good. A very, very strong set.
I almost feel like the swelling is going down as we
As
sit
you're
here.
talking to me?
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
I was a little bit taken aback when you came in.
Yeah.
And but no, we're good.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. The
All right.
swelling's going down. The pain's
You look
going
good though.
down.
You're looking very well,
Yeah,
and I'm happy
thank you.
to hear that.
Glad
and,
you're happy.
You know that I worry about you.
Oh, I know.
So listen, we are waiting for NBA legend Kenny Anderson. It is 9:03.
usually on
so
time.
Well, yeah, but you know what? We're going to go ahead and we'll continue on the show until he shows up, or in the we've only had it one time in the history of our show where we booked a high profile type of guest and they didn't show. There was a quagmire.
But we knew beforehand before
We
the show
did,
started.
yeah. Oh yeah, we've never been in this situation.
Never been in the
before.
situation that we're
Yeah.
in right now.
And we're not going to be either, because he's going to show up with the grace of God.
Yeah, we're always a little bit late.
It was Tammy Piscatelli was the.
That's right. Exactly.
And I don't remember the circumstance. She was supposed to be at the show at the club that week.
Yeah.
And ultimately she bailed because was she on with Tony originally or something?
Yeah,
What
Tony
was
told
the-
her not to do our show.
Oh, is that what it was?
doing
That
his.
was it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think it was the same day, if I remember
The same,
right.
she, I guess her logic was, well, I just did a show there.
Yeah.
Why would I want to? You know, they had booked me weeks ago, and then this guy, one-legged Tone, came in and
It was
booked
like,
me.
I'm the producer. You should probably do my show instead of
Right.
theirs.
Well, that was fair, Tone. That's
Yeah,
reasonable.
totally. Yeah.
So that's fine. We just had Chris Roach in here. Chris
Roach
Roach
was
was
here,
here
yeah.
with Christine James Walker and Joe Pomerico. As I promoted on our channel today, they have a great podcast called the what is it called? The Fuckery of Psychology,
yeah,
or the
exactly, yeah.
Psychology of Fuckery. Psychology of Fuckery, and they talk about a lot of different things in there.
They talk about psychology. They talk about fuckery.
You know, you would think, maybe I'm wrong, that you have a legitimate TV star that he would take the route of talking about celebrity and things of that nature, but he doesn't, actually.
Okay.
He and I give him credit for that. He doesn't rest on his laurels.
Yeah.
We're laurel resters, you
we
and
are
I.
the laurel resters.
You know? We've been called lazy on this show before,
Yeah,
and maybe
yeah.
it's true.
I
but
love
maybe
my
it's
laurels.
not. Yeah, you have adorable laurels.
Yeah, exactly.
And I do. Tony's more
I
of a
fell on my
go-getter.
laurels the other night.
You did. You fell on all of them. All of them. So what we'll do is, you know what? We were going to wait to go ahead and run our sponsors until Kenny showed up. But until then, Tony, is it okay to run the first set of sponsors? Is that okay with you?
Whatever you want.
The Hershey and the Keegs Show is proudly sponsored by Sophia Jewelry at 134 Gardeners Avenue right here in Levittown, specializing in diamonds and vintage jewelry. Go see Omid for all of your buying and selling of jewelry and mention Hershey and the Keegs for a free appraisal. What do you think an appraisal could run if it's not free?
I think it's like $3,700 was the last
Yeah,
time I
that's
checked.
probably about right. So this seems like it's a good deal. Then we have, of course, the fine folks over at Platinum Chiropractic. Dr. Kimberly O'Connor is fully dedicated to providing chiropractic solutions to address your unique needs, whether you're experiencing back pain, neck pain, a smashed face, broken knee, headaches, muscle tightness, and tension. Call 516.
I might have to make a little guest
She's
appearance
wonderful.
over there. Yeah.
I've been a patient, and she's terrific. 516-935-3555 right there in Hicksville. Dr. Kimberly O'Connor does wonderful work. We have our dear friends over at New View Construction, established in 2007. They are the people to call for the finest craftsmanship and all of your general contracting needs. Call 516-924-5627 and do it with confidence. And of course, your favorite, Keith Dunn. You love Senior Account Manager Keith Dunn.
do.
American Restoration Solutions. When disaster strikes, they'll guide you to recovery. Call 516-662-9377 and ask for Senior Account Manager Keith Dunn.
Get her done.
Get her done,
That's
as
his
they say.
catchphrase.
Well, that's what, and he did that for a long time, and then there was some
other
hack
guy,
comic went ahead and thefted it. Okay, so Kenny Anderson is still not here. I'm curious, knowing me and my neuroses and everything like that, do you think I'm handling this well, or do you
Surprisingly well, but you look like you're like a duck in the water.
Oh,
everything's calm on the surface, but those feet are going a million miles an hour underneath the water.
underneath the water, or
Yeah.
is it outward? Like if
No, I
someone
can't
was-
tell that you're freaking out, but you are.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. I don't think I am, though. I mean,
really?
I think
How
that
do you feel inside?
I feel no. I mean, I generally feel like my insides are being eaten out alive. So there's no difference to
All
that.
right.
But I feel like after doing this show for 3.5 years, that we have to be equipped. We have to be on the fly and expect
That's
stuff
what we
like
do.
this.
Yeah,
you
we're
know?
professionals.
So let's talk a little bit about the show and some things that we've been trying to
Which
do.
show?
The Hershey and the Keegs show.
Oh, yeah,
this is
good
our
show.
show. It's a great show.
This is our show, the Hershey and the Keegs show.
And I don't know if this would ruffle some feathers or not, but I have made a pretty hard push over the past couple of months for someone who's very, very active on Twitter. Do you know who Carolyn Levitt is?
Oh, of course I
Yeah.
do. Yeah, she's my dream girl.
Carolyn Levitt is the Speaker of the House. Is that
She's the press secretary.
press secretary? Right? I'm not exactly.
She's
a
not
political-
Nancy Pelosi or what's his name?
She's the press secretary, and again, we're not going to get. We know how Mikey lies as far as the politics, and if this could offend someone, I don't know, but I have made a push to see if she would issue me and Mikey a couple of press passes to be able to come in and be part of the press conference.
Because that was one of the things they ran on when they first they said we're going to
Right.
open up the press room to podcasts and not
Yes.
just the media.
Yes, exactly.
So I see you. I see you there working.
Yeah.
I see you working in the background there.
I'm working in the background. So listen, I think that, and I don't know, I've always been, I think, a glass half empty kind of girl, but in recent months, I feel like I'm turning the corner a little bit, and some of these these great guests that we've been having, and the show's really taken a little bit of a life of its own on. I feel like our big break is still out there.
It's still out there. You're positive Marky now.
I just think that I don't know, like obviously landing Tom Arnold was big, and Speedy Claxton, and
I made
and,
a push for someone today. You want me? I could actually. I
if
wouldn't
you want
mind
to talk
revealing
about
it.
it, go ahead.
I'm not going to say the name,
Okay, that's fine.
but I'll give you 2 hints.
Yeah.
He was an actor,
Yes.
and he was on a show where he played somebody named Charles who was in charge.
Wow.
Yeah. And I heard back
From Scott Baio?
from Scott Baio's the guy that manages his podcast.
Son of a bitch.
So he asked me. That's why I asked you to send me the Tom Arnold
Yeah,
clip
of
today.
course, yeah.
Because he asked me to send a clip,
Yeah.
and he wants to get an idea, show it to Scott. So
Yeah.
we might get Scott Baio on the show.
I have to be honest, dude. Even if we don't, I appreciate you taking that extra mile there. I don't know if it's something got jarred in your head when you fell up a stairs, or you are just buying in, man. You're buying in, and
I think so. I think I'm in. I think I'm in on the podcast now. I think I'm starting to like it here.
You're finally in.
I think I'm starting to like it.
You're finally in. I do want to say a quick hello, by the way. Obviously we had Dr. Hobie on last week, which was a thrill.
Yeah.
And I probably would have never heard about Dr. Hobie. I'm sure I would have eventually, but my good buddy David Kay was the one who originally turned me on to him, and then I turned you on to Dr. Hobie from Dr. K, David Kay, I should say. Dr. K. His father is a doctor, actually. So hello to Dr. K. Hope he's doing well, and his wife as well. But David and his young daughter Sophie are watching the show tonight with the expectation that Mr. Chibs, Kenny Anderson, was going to be on the show, and he still might be. But you know what? It's late. Sophie's only about 10 years old or so. She has school tomorrow. So, Soph, I appreciate the support. Like I told you, if it comes to pass where Dr. Hobie comes into town and we do a little meeting with him, maybe at a winery somewhere in Suffolk County, that you and Daddy will be welcome to come and meet Dr. Hobie, because not only is Daddy a big fan of Dr. Hobie, but you are too.
Yeah, we love Dr. Hobie.
But I don't want to keep little Soph up any later than she needs to be. Right. So
get till 9:30. Give her 19 more minutes.
That's up to Daddy. I mean,
no, it's up to me.
Yeah, it's up to the Keegs.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure we got that out there
because I'm all in on this show now.
You're right.
I'm getting 1980s.
I don't know, dude. I mean, I think in the ranks. Hello.
Kenny Anderson claims he's having trouble with the Zoom link.
Okay. All right. That's a great thing.
He's asking me to give him a call.
All right. So we're calling Kenny Anderson.
So go out, take a little step outside, and if you have to, go ahead and send him another Zoom link, Tone.
Yeah, whatever we gotta do. He's,
Yeah,
we're
that's exciting.
Yeah, that is nice.
Now Tony's gonna have Kenny Anderson's number, and probably. And we do want to send thanks. We did get a shout out today from WFAN radio personality Peter Schwartz.
Oh, we love Peter Schwartz.
Peter Schwartz, Sports Bash, does his show a couple times a week. Yeah. Apparently, he's having some really big guests on this week, and he gave a little pop.
Nice.
He gave a little pop to Herschy and the Keegs on the
Peter
show
Schwartz.
today. So ultimately, we certainly appreciate that. Here comes Tony. What's going on, buddy boy?
I don't know. He said the password and the all the numbers aren't matching up. Then he said he was going to try it again.
But all
of a sudden he was gone.
Let him give it another shot.
Is there any? I don't know about people having ever to enter passwords. Isn't it just?
That's why I'm confused too. That usually, I said to him, just hit the link.
All right, hold on a second. I'm going to go ahead and he's just messaging me. Hang on one second here. So this is real time radio.
This is
Mikey.
it. This is what happened. You guys are in the thick of it right now.
Talk about your face, Mike, or do something like that.
So I fell up some stairs the other night,
Yeah.
sober.
Yeah,
I was sober.
Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and pull up that email tone from.
Once when I was a little boy.
Yeah,
I'm turning the mic off.
Turn the mic off.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Keep on talking.
I'll keep on talking. They're working on things over here. So once upon a time, I was a little boy. Yeah. I grew up in a town called East Meadow here on Long Island. Right. I went to McVeigh Elementary, Woodland Middle School. I played some football, some baseball. 1995 East Meadow Little League All-Star, if you guys didn't know. And we're working on Kenny Anderson, so he's working. Oh.
No, I don't want to be in it. I'm going to go ahead.
I know, but I didn't see it there. So do it again.
Okay, so I should go through all the way.
Yeah, so Mark's going to go through all the way right now.
Yeah. Oh, I love live.
That's why your mic is on. Okay.
But yeah, so we see him.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's working now.
That's professional. So I'm gonna send to him.
Yeah, send him.
But he already has it. No, but he might have been clicking something else.
I'm just gonna tell him very simply just to go ahead and click this. Okay. That's what I'm gonna.
NBA legend Kenny Anderson, Bishop Malloy High School, one of the best, probably the best high school basketball player that ever played high school basketball in this country. That's who we have coming on.
That's it.
Archbishop Malloy. I didn't even know he was upgraded.
No passwords, no nothing.
A friend of mine went to Archbishop Malloy. My friend Patrick. He ended up being
Pat Malloy.
Pat Malloy.
Yeah.
And he ended up becoming the one of the nurses for the Prince of Saudi Arabia.
Is that true?
No.
Not
No,
true
it
at
is
all.
true. It actually is true. Yes.
So if you have his number, Tone, I'm going to also send
My
you.
friend Pat from college.
Tell us more about Pat. And go ahead and send him this. You know how to do that? You know how to do you have his cell phone number? Where you can go ahead and just copy and paste that and just send him that and just tell him to click.
Does anybody have any questions?
I thought you just sent it to him.
I did, but I just sent it to him on.
Hey, while
on
they're
the-
working on it, I'll plug some shows. This Friday night, I will
slow.
be at the Pantry Diner in Rockville Center.
Yeah.
Always a great show, great food there. My buddy Dan LaRocco runs it.
Yeah.
Saturday night, I will be right here in Levittown doing a show. We have a secret lineup. I'm not releasing any of the comedians that are on the show because I want to try something different. You know those don't tell comedy shows where you don't know where it is or who's going to be on it?
Oh, that's like a big thing going on in Suffolk County nowadays.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm not letting anybody know who's going to be on this show, but it is
Yeah.
a banger. It is. The kids call it a banger. It's going to
Yeah.
be lit.
Yeah.
I think I had a bug in my nose. But that show is going to be Saturday night,
Yeah.
474 Wantagh Avenue at the Life Church. It's actually a fundraiser for sober living.
Okay.
And acceptance is the key.
Yes.
$20 for a show.
That's it?
And dinner. And dinner.
That's it?
Yeah, so $20. It's going to be an awesome, awesome show. There's 3 amazing comics that are going to be on the show. It's going to be a surprise. You're not going to want to miss any of them.
Now, is this the show? I know they're I saw like throughout the neighborhood. I was in the supermarket, King Cullen. They're advertising a big famous comedian named Mike Kerrigan.
Mike Kerrigan's going to be there. He's the only one that we're releasing his name. But Mike Kerrigan.
Mike
You know
Kerrigan.
Mike Kerrigan.
I heard his act is very.
Yeah.
He does.
He falls downstairs and not upstairs.
I heard he does like a thing about the Jersey governor.
It's
and,
brilliant.
And
he
corn dogs.
He does the Pennsylvania governor, and he
Yeah.
does East Virginia.
I love it.
But
I
yeah,
love it.
but that's going to be a great show. If you guys get a chance, I'll give you a number to call if you want to get your tickets right now. 516-850-3246. Text that number. That's Dana. And you can get tickets for that show. It's going to be incredible. Right here on Wantagh Avenue in Levittown.
Yeah.
Friday night Pantry Diner. Hey, listen, November 15th, I'm back here in the Giggle Room at Governor's. We're doing a show.
I feel like you've been owning the Giggle Room.
Yeah, the last one kind of got canceled, but
No, we're not talking about canceled shows. We're talking about the ones that actually happen.
The ones that happened to go well. Yeah.
The ones that don't happen go well because they don't happen. I mean,
They
that's
don't
totally
happen.
fine.
And that's all you can. Yeah.
Yeah. So keep
I'm
on
not
promoting
gonna-
over
I'm
there.
not going to touch this with my lips, but
Oh my God, that's. Wait a second. Don't we have a case of water?
we do. But I wanted something cold, and my
You know
throat
what?
was a little dry.
I have a. Huh?
Yeah, he's out of water. Tony's dry.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you're out. Like there was some sort of a.
But I didn't touch your water with my lips.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
You've touched other things with your lips.
Yes, that's right.
Heyo.
Heyo.
Yeah. Let's keep on promoting. Go ahead. Very good.
He's complaining it's not letting him on.
May 23rd, I'll be at the Old York Wine Cellars in Ringo's, New Jersey. That's in May. That was just a joke. But,
talk about the November 5th show over
November
at the,
15th show right here in the Giggle Room. You can get your tickets right now at govs.com.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great one. It's going to be me. Carla Okerson's going to be hosting it.
Yeah.
We have Hugh Van Well. We have others. No, we have Tom Yarbino, Tom Galati.
He made
And we have Kenny Anderson, NBA legend, joining us.
Hang on a second.
What's up, man?
There he is. We knew we'd get you. How you doing, pal?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man.
Sorry about the technical
Doing great.
difficulties there, but we knew we would get you.
Let's give him a proper introduction, Mark.
Proper introduction. So it is our honor, absolutely, at 9:19 p.m. to introduce legend of New York City ball, Archbishop Malloy, Georgia Tech, New Jersey Nets, and beyond, the great number 7, Kenny Anderson. Let's give him a
Yeah,
hand
all right.
there. There's our guy.
How are you, sir?
We are gonna start hot and heavy, my friend. Are you ready for action?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I'm ready to go, baby.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you, you and I, Kenny, are about the same age, and believe it or not, I knew of the legend of Kenny Anderson before most people knew about the legend, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
My childhood best friend, Christopher Bruno, enrolled as a freshman in Archbishop Malloy the same year that you did, and being that his last name was Bruno and your last name was Anderson, Christopher Bruno not only had homeroom with you, but he had most those classes with you, and so we were probably 13 years old, but he was telling me stories about literally the hallways of Archbishop Malloy were parting like the Red Sea, like Moses was there when Kenny Anderson walked down the hall. Don't be humble. Do you remember that, Mr. Anderson?
A little bit, not much, man. But you know, everybody that know me know I love my high school where I came from, and the students and the teachers. It was just a great school of, you know, to be at. Bishop Malloy, for, you know, freshman for all 4 years, but it was just the students and the teachers and just everything. If you know me, you know I love my high school.
Absolutely.
I know that you're a guy of loyalty. You still wear garb for Archbishop Malloy, for Georgia Tech. That's just the kind of guy you are. To put some validity to this memory, though, Chris recalls back that his favorite teacher and your favorite teacher was a guy who taught, I believe it was history. Do you remember a guy named Mr. Valle, Valle?
I don't know. It was the Spanish. That was my Spanish teacher.
I think it was a history teacher named Mr. Valle, who was a young guy who apparently loved hoops, and he made sure that that he was good to you, and he recognized the greatness of Kenny Anderson even at the time.
Yeah. All the teachers was very nice, but they was very strict on their work. We had to do our work. We had to get in our work.
Even the athletes, yeah.
The funny story is that I failed Spanish every year, so I had to go to summer school every year. So it was tough. Or leave the school, one or the other. Because you fail one class, you get kicked out. So I failed Spanish every year. It was tough, but you know, I made it through, man. I did extremely well.
And thank God you did.
When those kind of academic struggles would happen, I mean, you were playing for a legendary, not only basketball coach, but a baseball coach too, and Jack Curran. What was his response to you, and how did he handle you when you were struggling in a Spanish class? Was he breaking your chops?
No, he just told me to study, get it right. So I had to, you know, talk. He really never you know, dealt with the academic standards at Malloy, but we had to talk to the teachers.
Yeah.
Stay after, get help, and that's what I did. Yeah. In the libraries, because we had practice at 3:15, so we was out of school at like 2:18. So I really, you know, and then after practice, I stayed in the library and things like that to get my work accomplished and get done. So it was difficult times at Malloy at times.
Yeah.
At times.
So
at times.
Tell us a little about, I mean, most people, especially knowing the way things go nowadays and how players get treated a little bit differently, most people probably don't know, but I believe, if I remember correctly, your entire freshman year, you never played the first quarter. You came in second quarter most of the time.
Yeah, I sat out, you know, because we had a senior point guard, Greg Tracy, who was ahead of me, and I didn't really matter. I didn't care. I just wanted to make the team. So when I made the team, Coach brought me in and said, hey, you won't be starting because we have a senior ahead of you. I was like, all right, great. So I ran home, told my mother I made the varsity team. I was just a humble kid, you know, from Left Rack City that wanted to play basketball and do my best. And that's what happened. I played my freshman year on the varsity, and we had a very good team.
You had a great team. I'm curious, so you go through Malloy, and by the time you're a senior, you are getting recruited by Jim Boeheim in Syracuse, by Mike Krzyzewski in Duke. What was it when it came down to the selection process for you? How did Bobby Cremins and Georgia Tech become your choice over some of these other big schools that were coming after you?
So, you know, I was really, I really wanted to go to Syracuse because of Pearl Washington. You know, I really wanted to go there, but you know, my mother somehow, you know, she didn't go to my visit to Syracuse, but she went to my visit to Georgia Tech. So she really wanted me to go to Georgia Tech. You know, I went and visited Georgia. It was awesome in Atlanta. Dennis Scott, they had Brian Oliver, but Syracuse had Billy Owens, Derek Coleman. I was a big Orangeman fan because of Pearl Washington.
Right.
And they played in the Garden and things of that nature. So I was like really excited. But when my moms went to Atlanta with me to Georgia Tech, it was like, Don't even say nothing. You're going to Georgia Tech. Period.
Yeah,
And
no
that was a
choice.
wrap.
Yeah, that was definitely a wrap.
And playing for Coach Cremens, who's obviously an NCAA hoops legend, your relationship with him over those years, how was it?
Oh, it was great. My high school career, Jack Curran coached 4 years, and then Georgia Tech for 2 years. Those times I will never ever forget. There's just great memories there with coaches from New York that they knew how to handle me. It was and I knew what to expect from them. So it was a great situation to be in, for me.
And before long, I mean, fast forward, you're carrying your team, Georgia Tech, to the Final Four. You actually played and beat, if I remember correctly, a Shaquille O'Neal-led LSU team to get to the Final Four. Is that correct?
Yes, we beat everybody that year. We just lost to UNLV in the Final Four, but we beat Shaquille O'Neal, Stanley Roberts, and his name was Chris Jackson.
Yep.
Mahmoud
Abdul-Rauf. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we changed. We beat them. We was a hell of a team with Lethal Weapon 3. And then we had, Malcolm Mackey, the forward was doing extremely well. Johnny McNeil, Carl Brown. We had a good team.
So the team that you guys faced and lost to UNLV, was that the Jerry Tarkanian, Larry Johnson running Rebels team?
Yes. Yep, exactly. We lost to the number 1 seed, UNLV. They had Larry Johnson, Stacey Ogman, Greg Anthony.
Oh God.
Moses Scary. They had a
killers.
Crew. Yeah, they had a crew, but we lost by like 8-10, something like that. But we was up at half.
Yeah.
So we thought we was gonna beat them. We had a feeling, but I got in foul trouble, and it kind of turned over, turned from there. But we would have beat them. We would have won the national that year. We really believed that.
And how was it before long? Next thing you know, you're at the NBA draft. Larry Johnson goes ahead and gets picked number 1, and the New Jersey Nets go ahead and pick the kid out of Left Rock City, number 2, Kenny Anderson. Tell us, and we're going back a long way, obviously 30 plus years, but talk about the surreal feeling that you were having at that point.
It was great, being drafted by the New Jersey Nets, because I really didn't know I was going there. I knew I was going number 3 to Sacramento Kings, because I went on a visit out there. They was like, "We're gonna draft you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it." But I went number 2, and it was great, man, being drafted by New Jersey Nets. Willis Reed was our general manager. Derek Coleman was there. It was just awesome. Drazen Petrovic.
Yeah.
We had a great. Chris Morris. We had a Benoit Benjamin, Sam Bowie. We had a good team.
What a team you had,
we was building, and then he gets killed. Drazen Petrovic get killed in a car crash.
Yeah. So I want to talk about that. When you played for the Nets at the beginning, I think it was Bill Fitch, and then before long, they went ahead and brought in 2-time NBA champion Chuck Daly. So now the Nets kind of took over, now the Nets were Drazen and you and DC and Chuck Daly, and that was a killer team. I mean, you guys were a force to be reckoned with. Drazen Petrovic, I believe, was 28 years old at the time. He was a free agent. There was talk about him coming back. Died in a car accident, and you went ahead and I remember I looked up some quotes that after the crash, everything went downhill, but we were on our way. You called Drazen Petrovic an assassin. I know I've seen you talk about him. I've seen you put jerseys on and wear them online. Talk about what he was like to play with. For the people that don't know the legend of Drazen, let's talk a little bit about him.
He wanted to belong here at the NBA because he did all his work over European. He was killer.
Yeah.
But he wanted to, come over here and he did that. And I really, he was a great teammate, real quiet guy. You don't know too much about him, but he worked extremely hard. And I'm just trying to continue his legacy, and just give love to him. That's why I'm always posting pictures and posting them up and letting everybody know that he was a hell of a player. his jerseys and things of that nature. I went over to Croatia at his special event, so it was just awesome. And he was just, and it goes deeper. I didn't even know. I went over there, and all the people was telling me all the different stories about him growing up and what type of person he was. And I was like, wow, he's a great person. And I just wanted to give him love, let him know, hey, I'm a baller. I'm still thinking about you and your family. God bless you.
Yeah.
So that's basically, I got to know him a little bit for 3 years with the Nets, but I didn't get to know him. You know what I mean? I knew him around the facility and how hard he worked. And that kind of passed off. I was like, wow, this guy worked hard.
I almost use an analogy. If you remember, Yankee legend in August of 1979, Thurman Munson was killed in a plane crash, and the Yankees, after coming off of 2 World Series wins, never made it back to the World Series until 1996. So they made it in '81, but they lost it. But the fortunes of the franchise changed a little bit, and before long, Kenny, you were gone. You were traded a couple of years later, and it just wasn't the same. And I think that you lost a little bit of your heartbeat there, and that's something that is just a total sin.
Yeah, everybody left. That's when, and then we had like 7 owners. With the New Jersey Nets, it was pretty tough.
Yeah.
We didn't have no practice facility. We practiced over APA trucking facility. Practice at FD Fairleigh Dickinson University.
Yeah.
We made it work. But then when I left, and then New Jersey came with Ron Thorne, and then he brought in Jason Kidd and all those other guys. They had a practice facility, things of that nature. They started building things up. We didn't have all of that,
So,
but
you guys were practicing at the TNEC Fairleigh Dickinson University campus. Is that the one?
We practiced there.
Yeah.
Then we practiced at the APA trucking facility. We didn't have our own, practice facility.
I mean, it's just a sin what happened, but you still had some super, super special moments. Looking back at the roster of the 1994 Eastern Conference All-Star team, to look at it, the starters, not just, we were talking about this before, Mike, and we looked at that roster, right? Kenny Anderson was a starter on that roster. Derek Coleman was a starter on that roster. Alongside of him was Scottie Pippen. I think it was B.J. Armstrong on the starting roster. And then on the bench for that team, you had some monsters also, if I remember correctly. Maybe Dominique Wilkins, Patrick Ewing, I think were on that team.
Yeah, I do believe it was a stacked team on East. I believe we won. Scottie Pippen won the MVP.
Yep.
It was a great. I made the All-Star team 1994. My first only All-Star team. I should have made it about at least 3 to 4 times. I should have made it.
There's no doubt about it. Looking back at your basketball reference, you guys won that game by about 10, and it was definitely a soft roster you were playing against, though. Hakeem Olajuwon, John Stockton, Clyde Drexler, Karl Malone, David Robinson. I would say that you're playing against the damn dream team, and you went ahead and won that game. That must have been, again, I have to reflect back to the kid from Left Rock City, all of a sudden at the ripe old age of 22 playing against these Hall of Famers. That must have been unbelievable.
Yeah, it was awesome. I just competed against the best every level. High school, college, pro, overseas. I played basketball, and I played it, the right way, and I played for a long period of time, and played against a lot of great guys, so it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Kenny, you're a humble guy. I see it all the time. I've been following you on Twitter for a while now, and we are so gracious that you came on with us today. And I watched you literally from the time you were a kid. There was no better ball handler, period. Nobody had the moves like you had. There's a famous video that Mike and I always send back and forth to each other of you breaking the ankles of Bobby Hurley again in a Duke clip. And I hated Duke, and I loved obviously Georgia Tech, and I love that clip because you went ahead and you broke him down.
Yeah, that's everybody talks about that clip when I was in college, played Duke, played Georgia Tech. It was an awesome clip I just played off instinct.
Yeah.
And my momentum and everything that night, I was pumped up. Thriller Dome, Georgia Tech was so sold out.
Jeez, man.
It was just a great moment, man.
You were
great
feeling
moment
it.
in college basketball. I was feeling it. That whole night, that whole game. I had an extremely good game. I don't even remember how many points, assists, steals.
Yeah, you were all over the court. They couldn't defend you.
Yeah.
I think you're a man of faith and you're a man of humility.
Yeah.
And one of the things I love most about you is that, and tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me like one of the things you cherish most is that you are constantly grouped in with the group of legends, the New York City street ball legends.
Yeah.
We're talking Mark Jackson, Kenny Smith, Rod Strickland, God Shamgod, Pearl Washington, Sweet Pea Lloyd Daniels. I mean, you are constantly grouped in with those guys, and what does that mean to you? What do you feel about that?
Oh, it's great to be grouped in with those guys, and however you number, 1, 2, 3, 4, just to be mentioned in the same breath of everybody is just awesome. Going back to New York in the summers and the playgrounds and things like that, and being recognized and being, like, hey, that's Kenny Anderson. It makes me feel good because I know it would make my mother's heart would be gratefully like thankful and everything because she passed away 15 years ago. Her birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday, Mama Anderson. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace up above.
Her
Yeah.
birthday, October 22nd. So my mom, she loved it. She loved me playing ball and playing in New York and just, that brought me joy.
It's kind of ironic. I mentioned to you your classmate, and Chris remembers you well. Christopher Bruno, your classmate at Archbishop Malloy, also is celebrating a birthday tomorrow, October 22nd. So happy birthday to him and to your mama up above for sure. It's funny. For some reason, and we had Speedy Claxton on a couple of weeks ago, and Speedy cherishes his time growing up as a kid playing in Hempstead, New York, and now he's a coach for Hofstra. But something hits different with New York players. I was walking into the Garden about 5 or 6 years ago to a Knicks Mavericks game, and literally right next to me, I look up and it was Sweet Pea Daniels standing there, and nobody, he didn't obviously reach the stardom that you did from an NBA or college standpoint. He hit some problems, but I looked up and I instinctively said, Sweet Pea? And he's he was like, damn, like you recognize me? He was super cool about it. And we chatted a little bit, and I just remember the thing, he made it to the NBA, and obviously he had some great achievements, but he loved talking about the street ball stuff, the fact that he was a kid in New York City playing ball, and that was so significant to him.
Yeah, the street ball, that's where we came up. We played in every tournament in the summer, played at recreation centers and things of that nature in the parks, playgrounds. That brought everybody together and gave everybody joy competing against the best in New York. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you to this day give so much joy. I mean, I know you had a 6-year run at Fisk College. You were a coach over there. How much did you love the experience of giving back? And there had to be some level of awe, I'm assuming, of these kids, or maybe they were too young to know the legend of Kenny. But how much did you love coaching those kids at Fisk?
I love it. I loved it. I resigned, but I was there for 5 years.
Yeah.
Coach, my daughter graduated from there, Fisk University. It's just an awesome school. I was in Nashville. It was awesome coaching those young men and just teaching them about the game of life, not so much basketball, being around them. It was great. I had a great time coaching those young men.
Yeah, you are a leader of men. You love it. It's something that I think is going to be part of you basically for eternity. You had, I don't know how many people realize this, but the list of coaches, we mentioned Jack Curran, we mentioned Bobby Cremins, we know you had Chuck Daly. You also played for NBA champ Rick Carlisle, and you also played for several years, I believe, in Boston under Rick Pitino, current St. John's coach. Let's talk about Coach Pitino. I'm curious to hear why you think it's possible that Pitino has really made his legend as an NCAA coach, didn't have the same level of success as an NBA coach. Why do you think that was?
I just think he's he's better dealing with the young men in college than he is with grown men in the NBA. He's a great man, number one. Number two, he's a great coach. Great coach. And he's had success wherever he's been in college, he's had success. So it's this amazing job he's doing at St. John's. I'm so happy that St. John's University is back to being number one and number two, number three. They just being talked about.
Yeah.
They're about to build a new
facility at St.
over
John's.
there.
Yeah.
He's bringing so much, to the school, and it needed that.
Yeah.
New York needed that, and he's the one for it. And it's amazing what he's doing. Yeah. And he's a good coach, but he's a better person than coach.
Yeah, he was talking today. It was the Big East press conference today, media day, and he spoke a lot about the significance of MSG and the fact that St. John's is back there. They got, I think, maybe 11 or 12 games, something crazy like that, where that's the way it was back in the day when Mark Jackson was there and Bill Wennington and so many other players. He cares about New York. He's a New York guy, and that's what Mike and I talk about. We love the loyalty, right, Mike?
Love
about
the loyalty.
of the New York guys. When you started coaching, do you think that you were a mix of Carlisle, Pitino, Cremins? Like, who did you feel like you modeled your coaching style after, if any of them?
Like, I would just take a little bit from all my coaches and what I dealt with. I took from my college coach, Bobby Cremins, my high school coach, Jack Curran. Rick Carlisle is a very good coach. I played for PJ Calissimo with the Portland Trailblazers. He's a hell of a coach. I played with some great coaches. Chuck Daly, two-time Olympic, first Olympic coach. Detroit Pistons, 2 champion. I just played from some awesome coaches. So the game of basketball is up here. I coach that in my sleep. But it's just to get those guys like in the pros. And then when you're dealing with college players that know the game, it's more of like you're a manager.
Right.
It's a manager. But, when you got to teach, it's more on the, NIL, NAIA, when I was coaching at FIS, and then the younger kids, high school kids, you teach a little more.
Yeah.
But, and that's, it's just about hard work, and that's what I tell these guys. If you're serious about competing and being the best you could be, it's not the game. It's the practices. It's not when you're low, the workouts.
Yeah.
Take care of your body. It's the whole thing.
All of it. The camaraderie, the love that you guys have for each other.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Pitino is, I believe, in his mid-70s now, or early 70s, and yet he is looks like he's physically fit. He has the passion. He loves this game so damn much.
He's running up and down with the kids.
Yeah, he's a total beast, and he loves it. And it's infectious, So I love that you had a chance to play for him. With the NBA tipping off tonight, I mean, certainly I don't want to let you go before asking you what you think of the Knicks, and were you surprised when they went ahead and they gave Coach Thibodeau the pink slip and they brought in Coach Brown? Was that something that you saw coming because of that disaster that happened Game 1 in Indiana, or you were blindsided by it?
I was kind of blindsided. I thought he did a hell of a job. Tibbs is a great coach, defensive coach, and I thought one more year would have been better. It puts a lot of pressure being in New York, and Mike Brown's a good coach. He coached me in Indiana. He was assistant. It's a lot of pressure on him to really win, to do as well as Tibbs did. So for instance, he got to get all the way to he got to get to the finals.
Right.
If he don't get to the finals, it's a
loss.
It's a loss. Period.
Yeah, period.
So he had the team to do it, but you never know how injuries, how the game is being played throughout the years.
Right.
You You never know.
And the problem is, and you know this as well as anybody, but the Knicks last year, generally speaking, were pretty healthy, okay? So the way, Brunson is a dog like you were a dog. He's a fighter. He's a scrapper. He's diving into the stands. You had a basically healthy Brunson throughout the course of the season. You had a basically healthy Karl Anthony Towns. So that has to be repeated again to get to that point where they can at least get to the Eastern Conference Finals. The first time they had made it in quite a long time. And now I almost have a little extra level of respect for Coach Brown that he took the job knowing that he's going to be looked at as a failure if he doesn't at least make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, Brown is a very good coach, excellent coach. But my thing with him, I don't know if he could deal with the media, the
pressure cooker,
people, the pressure cooker of off court,
right?
Not the media and things of that nature. I know he can deal with the team players but it's the pressure cooker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it's New York media.
New York media. And in New York, they haven't won in years.
Yeah.
They haven't won since 72.
Right. 53 years.
1972. So everybody is pumped up,
Yeah.
If the Knicks win, it's a lot of pressure.
People take it very lightly that they don't realize how difficult it is to win in this environment. And one of the things about Dibs, I'd watch his pregame pressers and more importantly his postgame pressers, and he would handle these questions and they'd come at him with curveballs left and right, and he would handle them with such almost like in a Bill Parcells kind of way where he wasn't nasty to them, but he also didn't take their bullshit either. I haven't seen enough of Coach Brown yet. I know what his reputation is as a great coach and a X's and O's guy, and he's a winner. But that's a concern for me too. Is he going to be able to handle what they're going to cook up for him pretty soon? And we're going to find out as soon as tomorrow night, right? I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, they play tonight. Right?
Tomorrow night, the Knicks play.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, tonight is just a doubleheader, and then tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
I'm mostly concerned about Spike Lee. If he's gonna make it,
Spike Lee, he'll be there.
If they don't make the Eastern Conference Finals, Spike Lee is not gonna handle it.
He'll be there dressed up in all his garb. He'll be good to go. Do you still have a little bit of a stronger connection to the Nets just because you were a Net? Obviously,
I'm on Nets.
Yeah,
I'm on Nets. I don't care nothing about the Knicks. Tell you the truth, I'm just talking about the Knicks. I'm a Net guy. Brooklyn Nets. They're rebuilding. The whole team, all young guys, and that's okay.
I love this coach. Kenny, I hope they give this guy a chance because he's a smart guy. He knows how to handle the media. He can handle the players. They seem to love him. This cannot be a two and done though for a guy like that because he's got a young roster. There's a couple of pieces on there that they have, but he needs to get an opportunity to coach this team for another year or two at least.
Yeah, I think so. I think he will get it. I don't think it's a rush job over at the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah,
because they got talent and they just trying to build, and I think they build it the correct way. And then they let all these coaches go. They got to chill out and just concentrate on building these players, building their confidence up, and they're playing. I think they're going to do fine.
Yeah.
But I'm a big-time Celtic fan. You should know that.
I do know
I'm
that.
Boston Celtic, baby. I'm Boston Celtics.
I know that. Mr. Chibs, and I love that your nickname is Mr. Chibs. Can you tell, for our fan base who doesn't know who Mr. Chibs is and what that name came about, tell us about the beauty of that name.
Well, Mr. Chibs is my mother named me that.
Yeah.
Chibs. Chibbs. It's not Mr. It's just Chibs.
Yeah.
New York knows me as Chibs. Everywhere I go, they know me as Chibs, and it don't mean anything. When I was born, they brought me in, and my mother was trying to figure out a name. She said Cheeks, came out Chibs, so she just named me, Chibs.
Yeah.
So it grew on me. It grew on me in the parks of New York. Queens, Manhattan, everybody. So everybody in my family called me Chibs. My sisters and brothers called me Mr. Chibs.
Yeah.
It's a name,
I love that.
Oh, yeah, I loved it, and it was real catchy to me in my neighborhood. They just called me Chib, so it was big to me. And then what?
They started
Yeah,
calling
go
me.
ahead.
They called me Chubsy Ubsy when I was a kid, and now it's stuck all these years later.
Yeah, I hear you.
Kenny, what's left on? I mean, you're a young guy. You went through some struggles in your life. You came out on top. You are such a fantastic role model for young people at this point.
Yeah.
Now that you retired from coaching, or I don't know if you retired or you took a step away from Fisk.
Yeah.
What's on the horizon? What does Kenny Anderson want to do? What do you have aspirations to do still?
I'm not sure. I want to get back into coaching, but I'm just trying to wait and see, or player development. I don't want to get in front of I don't want to coach. I want to be a player development. I would like to one day be, player development for Georgia Tech from my school, just to work these guys out and things of that nature, just try to develop them, Yeah. But right now I'm just, seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
Just relaxing.
Enjoying your kids, your grandkids, right?
Yeah, my grandkids, and just everything is good, man.
And where are you living? You living on the West Coast nowadays?
No, I'm in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida.
Florida, okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
My Destin, Florida. I love it.
Wonderful.
The beaches and all that, so it's a great time, man. Great place.
Listen, I promise you we keep you no longer than a half hour, so I'm going to stick to my word. I appreciate the time. Keegs appreciates the time.
I do appreciate it.
Yeah, you are terrific, and you are welcome back on our show anytime you want. We loved having you on, and we hope you enjoyed the time as well.
Yeah, I did, man, and anytime, man, you get in touch with me. If I could come on, I would love to.
Appreciate it. This is a great way to kick off the NBA season. So
That's
thank
it.
you.
Let's go Nets.
Man.
Let's go Celtics. Let's go Georgia Tech, and let's go Archbishop Malloy.
Let's go.
All right, pal. Have a good night. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Chibs.
All right, my man.
All right, my man. Have a good one. That's Kenny Anderson, everybody.
Kenny Anderson, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Chibs. I love that.
Chibs.
Dude, it's crazy. Like, God, I hate to be repetitive, but any time that we have someone like that who we grew up watching, probably me and Tony a little bit more than you just from the age difference, but Tony, I'm sure you, just like me, watched this guy play plenty as a young guy back in the day.
Sure.
And being face-to-face with him in a situation like this and getting to ask him some questions and, using some of the knowledge, the useless knowledge that I get criticized sometimes of knowing.
No, they appreciate it. You can tell these guys.
Yeah.
Like, wow, how does this guy know all that shit?
You know what? It's just like...
How does Rain Man know this?
You know what? It's just like you'll pull out some shit sometimes about comedians and their specials and lines, and I'll be like, where the fuck does that guy got that from? So it's just like, it's cool talking about things you like. Like if you asked me to talk about, class when I was in Stony Brook, I would never remember any of that shit because I was miserable. But I loved watching Kenny Anderson as a kid. I love watching him get drafted. I loved the Drazen Petrovic, Derek Coleman Nets. So that was a great privilege, and definitely thanks for coming on, Kenny Anderson. For any of his fans that are watching, certainly feel free to keep on going, because we always have different sports personalities and different entertainment people. So again, but thank you so much to Kenny Anderson. Let's go ahead and take a little hit up for our sponsors right now. Our first sponsor of the second round is Sunray Services. Your boy,
Eric Haft.
Eric Haft. Now is the best time to convert to hybrid heating and cooling. Call them today at 631-231-5533 or visit them online at www.sunrayservices.com. Then we have our newest sponsor, North Belmore Collision. You have to reach out to Ami. Ami is a terrific guy. You can reach him at 516-785-4862. He's basically available 24/7.
I don't think the guy sleeps. The man doesn't sleep.
Not a big sleeper, but he's a worker. And he's an honest guy, and his company is very reliable. 2734 North Jerusalem Road in North Belmore. Ami is his name. We meet by accident. That's like a little catchy,
I like it. It is
little
very
slogan.
Catchy. I like it. And free estimate.
Estimates.
If you mention Hershey and the Keegs show,
mention
like you said,
H&K.
the estimates usually cost like $2,500.
At least that.
So that's free.
They work with all major insurance companies. Ami is a man in his word. He's very reputable. North Belmore Collision. Please give them a call. Reputable as well. Dimitri's Valet Cleaners on Wanto Avenue in Levittown. They have been in the dry cleaning business since 1965. They take your garment care seriously. Quality is their policy. Mention Hershey and the Keegs for 15% off your purchase. Of course, we have demolition specialists. 1-855-RIP-OUTS, the number you call for demolition, dumpsters, and fence rental. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. They are a fully licensed demolition contractor. And of course, we have the lovely New York State real estate. What's the call again?
Which is realistic.
She's very realistic. She understands what her goals are and she meets them. New York State licensed real estate person Diane Keegan from All Island Estates Realty. Call her at Diane directly at 51. Why is my syntax all of a sudden? Call her, Diane.
Diane.
Okay, we'll do this again. You can call Diane directly at 516-458-1864 or email her at diane@allislandestates.com. If you're looking to rent, sell, buy,
lease,
adopt, foster, make Diane your first call.
Yes.
So yeah, there you go. The Entenmann's cookies down. A couple of things that we're not going to tackle too much right now because we're kind of at the end of the hour.
Yeah.
But we were talking about you're working on a very big guest. It could be something.
It could be somebody who in the 1980s was in charge.
Yes.
And his name was Charles.
Right.
So yeah, we're working on.
Love Joni.
And his name is
Love Joni.
Rhymes with Rot Mayo.
Rot Mayo.
Yeah.
So Scott Baio. I've been talking to his manager today.
That's going to be really cool.
That'll be a lot of fun. You know what it is? I was watching. I always watch his stuff. He's him and I align politically.
He has become very, very, very right over the years and public about it.
Yeah.
And
yesterday on Gutfeld, Tyrus kind of took a shot at him.
Did he really?
Sidekick.
It's funny.
Kind of hurt him a little bit. So he mentioned it on Instagram today. I'm like, you know what? Let me reach out to this guy. I love him.
Yeah, that's interesting. And I watch a lot of Gutfeld, for no other reason that our buddy Joe DeVito's on the show often. Yeah. Joe Maki, who I like watching, is on the show.
Mike Loftus.
Mike Loftus, who I've worked with here many times.
Yeah.
But I would be surprised that he did that. I have to go ahead and watch that tape back.
I guess he was kind of trying to be snarky because one of Scott Baio's friends was on. He goes, "Oh, I didn't even know he was still alive." Like basically like that.
Meanwhile,
Scott Baio's done a lot of
stuff.
Hold
on a second. In the comparing careers, okay, forget about the era because age happens and you get older and you're not going to be a teenage pinup boy at the age of 72.
Yeah,
but Scott Baio.
Also, how many hit TV shows did he have?
Well,
how many movies was he in? Directing. People don't realize he directed movies up until,
But let's just talk about being a legitimate real-time player on Happy Days, one of the most successful shows we've ever seen, period.
Exactly.
Enough where they made it a show, spin-off, Joni Loves Chachi.
Exactly, on him.
And then where, hey, that could be it. I just take my money and run. Mm-hmm. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and become...
Have an uber-successful career, and unfortunately... He decided to, in the last election, back Donald Trump, and Hollywood kind of turned their back on him.
Well, we didn't turn our back on Charles in Charge.
Nope.
We didn't turn our back on Joni Loves Chachi, Happy Days, and many other things. So politics aside, this is a legit guy. And Tyrus, who was, I believe, wrestling on a B circuit about a year ago, taking a shot at him, we're going to stand by our guy and our future guest.
I'm Team Baio.
Scott Baio, and I'm Team Baio also. So good work, Mikey. Even if that doesn't happen, we will. Should I end the show on a note where I have to criticize you? Or no?
Why not? Come on.
So
I had enough of a rough week with my
so
falling upstairs.
We'll end this on a little bit of why does Mike do what he does?
I don't do.
Theme.
What do I do?
So
I'm happy, fun.
There was
time.
a very sad article that was being floated in the local news. I would say like Jersey, Connecticut. It was a Connecticut situation where a gentleman who was a very popular owner of a brewery for lack of a better way to. I think it was a brewery actually, and a young man passed away. And he looked like he was a heavy set type of fellow. And this one particular article, which again, as always, it pops up on my feed when I see a comment of yours, but a lot of wonderful comments and people observing what a wonderful
man.
Yeah, a great man. And but the quote on the headline was he had a huge heart, and I don't know why it popped up on my feed until I saw Mike's comment. The proper terminology is enlarged heart. And I thought that was insensitive. I didn't think that was very nice.
I was just trying to correct them.
But that's not what they meant. It's not. He didn't. I mean, he may have passed from an enlarged heart.
Now you tell me.
But he passed away because of. He was supposedly a very lovely man, and as usual, you had people taking horrific shots at you and things about you that they didn't know.
It was definitely a heart attack, though, right?
I'm assuming it probably was,
right.
but
So
enlarged
I'm not talking completely out of school.
He could have had a murmur, but so I could have gotten
burger.
I could have had what?
A burger.
He had a heart burger. He might have, but. Rest in peace to this great man, and despite Mike's insensitivity, he doesn't mean it. He does have love for the man.
Peak male physical shape here.
Yeah, no, you are. Definitely. He came in here today with his shorts that go down to his knees, below his knees, limping, his face smashed in. I mean, just unbelievable. But man, I'm glad that worked out. Thank you to our producer, Tony Walker, for persisting and making sure that we got him on. And it was awesome. We had him for a solid 30 minutes.
Yeah.
NBA legend Kenny Anderson. So kudos to you, Tony. Mike, do a quick run through on the promotions that you have coming up, and then I'll do
this
mine.
weekend, most importantly, Friday night, I will be at the Pantry Diner in Rockville Center. Great lineup. And Saturday, big show right here in Levittown at 474 Wantagh Avenue. It's a fundraiser for sober living. It's going to be a great show. Like I said, super secret lineup of comedians, but you're not going to want to miss it. There's some good special guests here. $20 for the show and dinner. You're not going to want it. So just text Dana 516-850-3246 and get your ticket. There's still some tickets
and
left.
tell you're being sent by Mike Keegan, not Mike Kerrigan,
Not
as
Mike Kerrigan, who's
the
on the flyer.
advertisement says. Yeah. I am promoting the Thursday, November 6th show at the Brokerage Comedy Club in Belmore. It's a cause near and dear to my heart. My friend Christina from high school, she is raising money for her pet rescue, and so I'm going to be performing for a fundraiser there. Mikey's going to be on the show as well. It's going to be a killer show. There's just no question about it. So I'm super excited about that. And Tony, Knock 'em Dead Comedy has some great stuff coming up. Let's hear about it.
We do. Well, December 6th, we'll be here in the Giggle Room.
Oh, right.
You guys are going to be a part of that.
Right.
And it's going to be a bunch of Gov's Comedy Club podcast hosts that are doing
What a great idea. What a great idea.
It is a
Get
great
us all
idea.
together.
Yeah.
We're going to have a blast.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Then the following week, December 13th, out at McGuire's. Yeah, Knock 'em Dead Comedy's doing a fun holiday-themed murder mystery show. Thank you.
Beautiful.
I love it. All right, people. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate all of you. Listen, you want to go ahead on Best of Long Island and make sure you vote for us, despite Mike not feeling the comfort level of sharing that this year, which I don't know why exactly.
Because they screwed us last year. We lost to a bot.
Yeah, that's true. We did. So as usual, share, like.
Share. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead and share our Instagram, our TikTok, our YouTube, our Facebook, all of the things. We appreciate you guys. We love you. We love the text all week long. We know you guys had a blast last week with Dr. Hobie. Hopefully you'll have equal love for Kenny Anderson's show with us. And that's it. We'll be back next week with in studio our friend, national headliner, comedian, actor, father, octogenarian, Mr. Christopher Monty.
Ooh, wow.
He will be in studio while Vanessa Hollingshead and Joe Bubblewitz will be via Zoom. They are going to be performing on November 1st, I believe it is, on a show called
Single, Married, and a Baby.
There you go. Single, Married, and a Baby. So they're going to be promoting that show on our show next week, so make sure you tune in. And that's it. You guys have